All right, well, hello, my sixth grade friends. We are moving on with our assignment for Monday, May the 18th, pages 376 and 377, numbers 10 through 21 and 26 through 28. Our first set of directions tells us to find the value of y for the given value of x. Find the value of y for the given value of x. Well, what they want us to do here is they want us to take the value that they give us for x. In this first example, it's x equals 4, and they want us to plug it into this equation. All right? And our job is to figure out what y equals. Well, it says that y equals x plus 8, and then it gives us a value for x of x equals 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 4, and I'm going to plug it in for x. That means y equals 4 plus 8. Well, 4 plus 8 equals 12. So I know for this first one, y equals 12. It's not bad. Let's look at the next one. Y equals 4x minus 3. Well, and x equals 7. Well, remember, a number right next to a variable, that is multiplication. We know that. So this means 4 times whatever x equals. Well, it's telling us that x equals 7, so I'm going to think 4 times 7. Well, 4 times 7 is 28, and 28 minus 3 is 25. So I know that y equals 25. Let's go to this last one before we move on to the next question. Y equals x over 4 plus 12, and it tells me that x equals 20. Well, we know that a fraction means division, x divided by 4. So since x is 20, this is going to be 20 divided by 4. Well, 20 divided by 4 is 5. So then I think 5 plus 12. Well, 5 plus 12 is 17. So I know that y equals 17. So that's what you're doing in the first section. You just plug in the value that they give you for x into the equation that they give you, solve the equation for y. All right, moving right along. We'll come back to that board here momentarily. The next part tells us to tell whether the ordered pair is a solution of the equation. Tell whether the ordered pair is a solution of the equation. Well, here we have an equation, y equals x minus 7. The ordered pair is 8, 1. Now remember, the ordered pair is where it would go on a coordinate graph. So you're imagining the y-axis that goes vertically, the x-axis that goes horizontally, and so it's saying along this axis it would be 8, and then it would be up 1. So x is 8, y is 1. So that's what I'm doing. I'm plugging in this first value for x, because remember, an ordered pair is x, y, where the x number comes first and the y coordinate comes second. So I'm plugging in 8 for x. So that's going to say, well, 8 minus 7. Well, I know that 8 minus 7 is 1. So in this equation, if x is 8, y has to equal 1. Well, sure enough, it says when x is 8, y is 1. That makes sense because 8 minus 7 is 1. This one would be a yes. Let's look at the next one. It says y equals 13x. 13 times x. So here it says 339. Well, my ordered pair goes x, y. So it's saying x is 3 and y is 39. Well, so if x is 3, this is 13 times 3. Well, 13 times 3 would make y 39, which is exactly what this ordered pair says, that when x is 3, 13 times 3, y is 39. And sure enough, 13 times 3 is 39. So this one is also a yes. Let's look at our third one here. Y equals x over 3 minus 6. The ordered pair is 18, 3. So when x is 18, y is 3. So x over 3, that's a fraction, so we know that's a division problem. So since x is 18, this is 18 divided by 3. Well, 18 divided by 3 is 6. So I'm thinking about this number here as 6. And well, 6 minus 6 is 0. So that tells me that when x is 18, and since I'm doing 18 divided by 3, that's 6, and 6 minus 6 is 0. So that tells me that when x is 18, y is 0. But my ordered pair says 18, 3. When x is 18, y does not equal 3. We've already established that when x is 18, 18 divided by 3, 6. 6 minus 6 is 0. So this one is a no. All right, well, let's look at the last part. 24 through 26. All right, let's clear ourselves a little space here off of our dry erase board. And this one is going to be just the opposite of what you did in the first one. In the first one, we gave you an equation, all right, such as y equals 5x minus 7. And in the first part, they would tell you what x equaled, and you had to solve for y. Well, this one's a little bit different. Here, they're going to tell you what y equals. So you're going to do it the same way. You're just going to plug 13 in for y, and then you have to solve the equation. So y equals 5x minus 7, and it says that y equals 13. So I'm going to rewrite this whole thing, and you're going to want to kind of, I don't need you to copy this down on your assignment, but you'll want to write 5x minus 7 equals 13. We know that y and 5x minus 7 are the same thing. 5x minus 7 is equal to y. It says y is equal to 13. 5x minus 7 equals 13. Well, we know that I want to isolate the variable. So I want to get rid of this negative 7 by adding 7 to both sides. All right, these are just these skills with equations that we've been learning. Well, I know that 13 plus 7 is 20. So that leaves me with 5x equals 20. And since 5x is a multiplication problem, 5 times x equals 20, I know I'm going to divide both sides by 5 to isolate x. 20 divided by 5, x equals 4. Sure enough, 5 times 4 equals 20. All right, 6th grade. Have a good day. We'll talk to you later. Bye.